Well, good morning. It's hot. It is hot today. Whew. So we are on the way to the party. We are on the way to school for Bubba's party. So originally, no one was supposed to be able to come, like just like adults, but apparently some people were complaining about that, and so they kind of changed the rules a little bit, so you now can bring like siblings and like little kids and stuff. So I had the day planned to where I was going to keep Caleb at school today. I was going to keep Caleb home today. I was going to clean out the pool and let them play in the pool, and we were going to have like, I got a pizza for lunch, so I was going to do like a little pizza party and just stuff like that. Just let him and Sissy just pig out, just do whatever. But since they changed the rules and I was trying to explain to Caleb what I was going to do today and not have him go to school, he got upset with me because he really wanted to go to his party. I said, but me and Sissy can't go. I said, they won't allow Cece to come. I said, and then that keeps mommy from being able to go. And so he got upset, and so he's like, okay, well, we'll stay home. And then I ended up getting a message later on that, because I ended up texting his teacher, and she was like, no, like earlier on in the day yesterday, I texted her and I said, kids are not, like siblings are not allowed. It's just adults. She said, yes, just adults. I was like, where'd I go? And so she ended up messaging me and she said, hey, just wanted to give you a heads up. Sorry it's so late. But they changed their minds. She says apparently some people were kind of upset the fact that they couldn't bring like their younger siblings. Or like the parents wasn't, like some of the parents wasn't able to come because they had smaller kids and they couldn't come. And so like myself. And so she said, so they changed it. She's like, you can bring Elena if you want to. And I was like, really? And she said, yeah. I said, oh, good, because he wasn't going to be coming tomorrow. I said, because, I said, the closest person I have to watch Elena is, all the way over here. And she says, ooh, that's a little bit of a drop. I said, yeah. I said, so, I would have to literally get the kids, leave extremely early, go drop Elena off, and then go drop Caleb off. Because in the end, like, come home and they maybe change clothes and then leave. Just because of the time frames of everything. And so it wouldn't benefit me to drop him off, go to my mom's, and then, like, it's just too much. And I was like, honestly, I was just going to have him stay at home. We were going to play in the pool and everything else. She's like, well, you can do that. She's like, or, if y'all do want to come, get your, you can bring her. They are now allowing like younger siblings or whatever to come. And I was like, okay. I said, well, we will be there. I said, because I know Caleb really wanted to go to the party. I said, and he was kind of upset the fact that Elena couldn't go because he wanted Elena to go. And she said, yeah, she says she's like, apparently enough people has called and complained to, stating that fact. So she said, so they kind of changed their mind. So anyhow, we are on the way. We're going to be a little bit early, but that's okay because I've been a little on exactly where to park for these things, but me and her got to talking last night and asking her like exactly where I can park, and she told me exactly where I could park. And so to where I don't have to walk so far, especially with Elena. And which I'd seen people park there before, but I didn't know if you actually like really could, like if that was kind of more of a like a no-no and whoever parked there didn't know. And she said, no, you can park there. She says, I would suggest get here early. That way, because it's in the very back of the school and there's like one little strip, like literally like a 1-car lane. And so she said, so I would suggest get here early. That way when you come, you can maneuver your truck and be able to turn around. That way, if you just pull in, you get in late, you're going to end up getting boxed in. And then with all the cars, it's going to be hard for you to turn around. She said, so if you get her early, you can go ahead and turn your truck around. That way, when you go to leave, you just get in and just pull out and leave. She says that is the best thing to do. And I was like, okay. So this is from 9:30 to, it starts at like 9:30, and I think it ends probably around 10:30-ish. And so what I'm thinking about doing is, I don't know yet. It depends on Kaleb. If he is like okay enough. I did not get a chance to clean out the pool yesterday because when I went to town, I ended up feeling like really like I felt like I was gonna pass out, and so I ended up going to my mom's to sit for a while to kind of help, you know, whatever, because my headache was just so bad. It was making me feel like I was gonna pass out. And so I ended up staying over there, and then I left about 2:30, and then I just went straight to the school, got Kaleb, and went home. I picked him up around about 3 o'clock. And so, and he was, you know, okay. So what I'm thinking about doing is, depending on the mood that he's in, and of course, I'm going to ask him if he wants to. If he wants to, then I will just take him out early and let him spend the day at the house. If he wants to stay at school, then of course I will let him stay at school. There have been times where he has asked to leave early, and then there's been times where he has said, no, I don't want to be checked out early. I want to stay the full day. So I'm going to leave the decision up to him what he wants to do. If he wants to do that, if he wants to leave early, then we'll go home, and then at lunch I'll cook the pizza for us. And then they can just, whatever. I'm not going to be able to do the pool. I might spend the day cleaning the pool. I don't know. I know next week, we've got a couple of different appointments. Elena's got one. Kaleb's got one that we have to actually physically go to. And so I might wait until like the week after when there's like not anything going on. That way we can just sit it up and leave it up. That way they can go in there like every day if they want to. You know. So I'm not entirely sure yet, but it has been in the shed for like a year, so it is dirty. So I am gonna have to blow it up and clean it, and it's gonna take a while to clean. So anyhow, we are almost to the school, and we are going to go to the very back, and we're gonna park. That way we don't have to walk too awful far. Not that it's gonna hurt us, because we didn't go walking this morning because I had to drop Kaleb off, and then I just ran to the house and took a shower. And so, yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of wrinkly, and I'm sorry. So I will try to record. I don't know if I'll have a chance to. I don't know. I'm gonna try, because you know tomorrow is their last day of school, so this is going to be the last time that I'm going to be able to record him being at school and being in pre-K and being with all of his friends. So, yeah, even though that yesterday I got a call from the nurse saying that a little boy punched Kaleb in the face. I'll do that for a different video, but this is going to be the last time I'm going to be able to do this with him. And I wasn't really emotional when he started school, but I'm a little bit more emotional for him being done with school. So if I do record, I may or may not post it. I'm not sure yet. It just kind of depends on how many other faces I get in there. But anyhow, we are here at the school, so I'm going to get off here and we will talk to you guys next time. Okay. We are done with our party, and we have our Bubba. And we are now officially done with the cake. I'm trying to turn y'all. Careful, Cece. Bubba, you're done with pre-K. We're done with pre-K. Now we gotta go to kindergarten.
Yeah. I didn't eat lunch at school, so I'm eating lunch at home.
Yeah,
You can pop the bubbles after we get home.
So yeah, we're going home early. Or he's going home early. And we're just gonna have a fun, chill day at home.
Yep. And me and my sister are gonna have more fun popping bubbles when we get home and play outside out of house. And Mommy.
Well, we'll think about going outside because one, it's hot. Two, as you can tell.
And Mommy will look at us when we.
Caleb,
play
volume.
Mommy,
Volume.
Mommy is gonna look at us when we play outside.
Yeah.
So that's all. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Yeah, because I'm probably about to cry.